I can hear you. There you are. What you up to?
Well, I got that old truck back in. People keep asking me about that old truck. That's a truck that a customer of ours owns, and that's been left here a couple of months now. We're just welding panels and stuff into it and putting bumpers and fenders and stuff on it. And
Yeah, that's right. We're not on any deadline.
no, so
Plus, he keeps adding other work, so that's all right.
yeah, so every time I bring it in, he brings in something else to be done.
Well, that's good.
So we had his 400 Arctic Cat quad here last week. Major job. And of course, what ended up happening is we were so busy, we couldn't really do much in videos, right?
No.
That being said, speaking of old trucks, we have some upgrades done on ours.
That's right.
An
So
old blue.
does that mean we're finished?
No.
Darn. Gosh.
No, we're not finished because, see, it's kind of like a revolving door. Once you do something, you offset something else, you
That's
offset
true.
something. So, but we're getting down there. So, yeah, last week we had a few things down. For the folks who follow us on Twitter, this is going to be old news, or what we call old hat, because I've been posting pictures or tweeting pictures of what's been going on Twitter. So, and not even on Facebook, just Twitter. Because Twitter, I like Twitter. Twitter's fast. You're in, you're out.
That's right.
Yeah, and no big long questions or anything because there's only so many words you can use or so many,
All right.
so it works out good for me. But anytime, what we'll do is we'll take them out and we'll show them what we have done. We made some big changes.
We sure did.
And Old Blue is not going to look like Old Blue to a lot of people.
No, it's going to
But
be different.
the idea of Old Blue was to take an old truck that's 20 odd years old and bring them into the modern age. So, and I wanted them to look higher, beefier, and a little more modern. We have a saying, and I use this saying a lot when I refer to the old truck, is it was no good to keep and it was too good to throw away.
True.
Here I was going up the road, going on a job with it, and it had a cassette deck in it. Who the heck uses a cassette deck anymore? Now, it did have some advancements. It had an antenna on it that was used for a bag phone. But I couldn't find a bag phone, so I had to go with the iPhone 6 Plus. Anyway, and of course the other thing was it did have a 10-disc CD changer in it. And when you would change the disc, you would wait probably 2 or 3 minutes for it to click and load, just like an old jukebox. You could hear it load and
Oh, yeah.
and it sounded really good and everything, but it was what they call an FM modulated system. It would go through the receiver and whatnot. So, yeah, so that's basically the reason why we started to do Old Blue up a little bit. He was too good, like I say, he was no good to keep like he was, but he was too good to throw away. So our idea of it was to turn him into a truck. So,
That's right. He deserved it.
he looks more like a truck now than he ever looked like a truck.
For sure.
So let's go out and have a look, see what we got done.
There he is.
That's Old Blue.
Old Blue.
Old Blue got a bit more makeup on.
He does.
Yeah, he's all dressed up, no place to go. Anyway, these are bushwhackers. And I put them on because we put 285 tires on them and just wanted to make it look a bit beefier. Bushwhacker makes an excellent product. There's no doubt about it. These things, they fit absolutely perfect. Really pleased with them. However, it created just one minor little problem.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, not serious. Most people wouldn't even take notice of it. These are out, of course, makes the wheel look like it's in. So we're going to put spacers. We got a set of spacers coming.
That's what you're talking about. One thing always leads to another.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're gonna bring the tire out, the wheel out. Not much, about an inch and a half,
Okay.
inch and a quarter, inch and a half. I forget now which one I ordered. Just enough to bring it out, just another little tiny bit. Out about that far.
Yeah.
That's all. And what else? Oh yes, we made some changes. if you look down here, you see the NOS tank?
Yep.
Right? Well, I mounted that. Now, folks, this is not nitrous oxide. NOS here stands for, if I don't know if you can get there, stands for Newfie on steroids.
Let's go in here. There we go.
So that's what NOS means here on this truck.
Yes.
Newfie
right
on
here.
steroids. Now the tank is mounted on a custom bracket, and it also has a rock shield in front, just in case any debris leaks up from the front tires. So it's a 2-gallon tank. Under the hood, as most of you will know who watch the videos, there's also, this is a 2.5-gallon tank, and there's a 2-gallon tank under the hood. And these are for the train horns that we hooked up. Just to refresh your memory. Come over and we'll show them. So here's the system. This is the tank. This is the switch. This is the horn valve that actually activates the horns. There's 2 horns here, and there's 2 horns over there on a custom mount. And the compressor, of course. Now, there's another valve here. For those of you who haven't seen the previous videos, instead of having a drain cock for draining off the tanks, I have a separate electric solenoid put in, so I can drain off the tanks, both the bottom one and the top one, by the flick of a switch, and it just goes, and that's it. It's done. So it's kind of super cool. So, and that's about it for the updates for the old truck. Another little thing that I had to change, we put a 3-inch lift kit on it. And of course, with the 3-inch lift kit, if you looked over here and you got down there, you would see there's a spacer plate on the skid pan.
Yes.
For the front differential. It's dropped down. Well, it's dropped down 3 inches. I'm going to be changing that. I'm going to be building a totally custom aluminum skid pan for Old Blue. So I don't want to see that gap. I want to see a nice uniform skid pan. So that's another little job that we have to do. So other than that, you know, we've made a lot of changes. First of all, we took out all the OEM speakers.
Yep.
We put Infinity speakers in there. We took out the cassette deck, and we took out the receiver, and of course the receiver control head. And we put in a brand new Sony system. It's the most powerful one that Sony's ever made. It's got its own separate built-in amp type of thing. Very powerful, no distortion, beautiful sound, and of course it's Bluetooth. And it's got all kinds of gizmos on it, and of course, so once we got the stereo done, well, we said we should take out the bench seat.
That's right.
So we put a new seat in it, and for those who haven't seen the videos in the past, come over. This is just to summarize exactly what we did. And the bench seat has been removed, and Kathy and I took the seats and took them all apart. They were quite dirty. They're used seats, and Kathy did a fabulous job cleaning them up. And that's the seats. Where the radio head was in the dash, we built the GPS into the system. There's the Sony system. We also took the original cluster out of it, and we put the updated cluster in that has the RPM gauge as well. And we also put an aluminum inlay over the instrumentation to make it look a little more fancy. It's got a HD dash cam in it. It's got a cab cam in it that will 7-inch monitor that will switch over to infrared when it's completely dark. It's got you can see the main horn switch over there, and of course the chrome piece by it, that's the chrome button for the dump valve. It's got new floor mats. It's got pillar pod gauges up there. The top one will be the clock. The center one will be the ear gauge for the both tanks, and the bottom one is just a vacuum gauge. We also took the steering column out, and we put a tilt steering system in it.
It's amazing how much you got done.
Yeah, and then we changed the steering wheel as well. So the overhead console, that was in it. It wasn't in it when we bought the truck. I had put that in just after we bought the truck. It's all equipped with a trailer brake. So I think that's inside. I'm probably forgetting some stuff here. We put trailer mirrors on. These are manual ones. We can pull them out, which are quite nice. I did, however, notice one thing about these mirrors that I did not like. And when you look at these mirrors, you might want to get here, Kathy, and look at the mirrors. When you get at these mirrors, they're just a straight mirror. I would have liked to have a convex mirror. You know, that way you could see wider. So in the time being, what I did is I put two of these on, one on each side, and did that. Now, of course, like I say, when you do something, you offset something else. By jacking up the truck, putting a 3-inch lift kit on it, I also had to put a new leaf spring in the back to give it more weight capacity, because we tow a dump trailer with it. And of course, what happened was the truck went up so high that the tow bar that we had with the ball on it,
Too low.
well, it was too high
Too high.
because the truck's higher.
Oh, yes,
So
right.
then we had to go and get this hidden hitch system here with the double ball on it, and we can adjust this.
Yep.
That's a real good system. We used that last week to tow the smaller trailer,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
down that low because of the smaller trailer.
That's right. It's
And it
amazing.
really, really works well. We also took the rear OEM lights out, and we put LED lights there as well. And, oh yes, we're forgetting something. We're forgetting something. When it comes to the horn blasters, come over.
What did we forget?
We forgot to show them. If you're working on it, you need air. There's an air chuck here.
Oh, yeah, that's
Right?
right.
So that's there, and I just cover it over with that to keep the dust out of it. But also, when we were putting in our NOS Nupion steroid tank,
Yep.
I said, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to do the same thing here.
There you go.
So you can come over here, get a closer look.
That's right. So now if you need to, what, get air from
You want to get
tires
air
and
from
stuff?
tires, or you want to whatever, you know. You can use that, right? And that just goes back direct and into the tank, right? So that's there. I also put these stainless steel mud flaps on, which was a big deal. And here is some hose that we use. Is 50 feet. See if I can get this out, because it's all tangled up. And of course, this stays soft at minus 40 degrees Celsius.
Nice.
And you know, it's a blow nozzle and stuff on it. So that's Princess Auto. So that works quite well. And what else? The light bar we put on last year. The curved LED light bar in the back we put on last year. There's a curved one up front on the moose bar, or the bush bar, that we put on last year. We put on the fake hood scoops because we just know everybody loves fake hood scoops. And Kathy, through the magic of Kathy's work and her imagination, she developed these spares for the hood. And Carrie Hubbard named the truck Old Blue.
That's right.
And of course, you named the truck Old Blue.
Yeah, we did. Exactly.
So we followed through with Carrie's suggestion. And
And Old Blue was rechristened.
you made up the decals for this and the dome decal for there. TC induction, somebody guessed it already. It's just twin cowl induction. You also made this tire track
Yes.
with the company logo in the middle, which is pretty neat, which I just love. We also took all the OEM lights out and we put in new lights to match what was there. We never went LED, we kept that real, just
Yep.
And also up there, the cab lights, we took the OEM amber lights off and we put direct fit clear lens up there with LED bulbs in those. So they're 194s, but they're LEDs. So again, what's left is, boy, I guess what's left is the skid pan and the spacers for the
Yeah,
wheels, right?
that's
And then that's it. You can certainly notice a difference when you're getting in it.
it. Yeah, from the height.
Hey,
yeah,
you do too,
definitely.
eh?
Yeah, you really got
Because
to
one time I wouldn't even stand on them. I just put my foot in, and
Yeah.
now, well, it could be age too. If it was that high off the ground, some days I'd still have to step on something to get in it.
That's not my problem. The problem
No,
is
it's not your problem. You married a much older man. That's your problem. Yeah. So anyway, folks, that's it. That's the update on Old Blue. When the wheel spacers comes in, we're going to do a video on putting them on. Let you see how they go on. Let you see the difference. We'll do a before and after picture. And just in case there's somebody out there who don't know, I just assume people know all this stuff. So I've been proven wrong the last few weeks on many occasions, especially since that last basic soldering video we did. I just assumed people knew how to solder. I don't know why I assumed that. So anyway, folks, we'll see you in the next video. You guys take care. Hope you enjoyed it, and God bless.